Now might be a good time to explore the rest of these mines while half the enemies are dead. But I can already hear mining happening. Oh, has everything respawned? Never mind them. So maybe there's no point doing the rest of this place right now. We've got 9 smithing stones. Got some sombers. We're doing alright. Still want a better suit of armour though. We still didn't find a way up to that Erd tree, did we? Maybe we can get to it from the pilgrimage church. Because we could head south. Hopefully there's no enemies just lurking out here. There's jellyfish, but they're not enemies. They're our friends. And skeletons are just not worth even thinking about, really. So if we proceed in a general southward direction, there's the tree. So we should be able to go up here. At least it's pretty easy to navigate to the trees, what with them being bloody enormous and all. You there? You're a poison boy, aren't you? Or maybe not. You're dead anyway. That's the main thing. You look a bit like some of the poison boys we've seen around and about. And that's a boss. So yeah, most of the Erd trees have bosses, I believe. This one certainly does. So let's bring in Engvall to assist us in our adventures. The Erd Tree Avatar. It's got big wumps. But it's slow. Ouch. But it does hit pretty hard when it hits us, so caution. And glint blades. Lots of glint blades. Yeah, we don't want any of whatever you're offering there. Oh god! Oh jeez. Okay, bear that in mind. Hopefully that was a one-off attack. And we're stuck in what appears to be a warrior pot of some sort. Oh jeez. Alright. Hup, hup, hup. Good. Now we should probably get in there a bit now. Although we've still got some... Oops, wrong button. We've still got some glints left. Yeah, we did it. Cost us some in his life, but we got the job done. What's our reward? The Opaline Bubble tier and the Crimson Burst Crystal tier. So yeah, generally with the Erd trees, aside from the first one, you have to kill the bosses to get the tiers. But I think that Bubble tier is the really useful one that puts a shield on you that protects you from a hit. So if you're up against bosses that do one big smack at some point, then that's a pretty useful thing to have on. And that's the first teardrop scarab we've found, but it gave us 3. So that's nice. Any more sights of grace over here? Someone's singing. Another of those harpies? We found one in Liurnia. on somebody, didn't we? Bunch of bats. So yeah, there's probably another harpy around, but we are out of magic. So let's try and investigate that, see if that's anything of merit. And if it's not, what's over there? Is that the Tower of Return? Yeah, it is. It's just miles away. But here is just a little blocky tower. I feel like there should be another site of grace here, but it doesn't look like it, so maybe we'll just go about our business. Good chunk of runes. Nearly another level's worth. Now, why is this ground on fire? Is it smouldering butterflies? It is. Wow, it's lots of them. It's good to know if we ever need a ton of smouldering. Now, are you pointing me towards a catacomb that I've already finished? It doesn't look like it. What have you got for us? Pointing us in this general direction, but more up. Oh no, here we go. I guess it's pointing us towards this. Very nice. Tombs of Catacombs. Is this the one that's got the absolute nightmare thing in it? No. What is this going to do for us? For science, we shall pop her open. Skelly bones. Oh, balls. We nearly got caught out again by the old stone sword key was lost with use message. And yeah, we're also out of magic juice. Although we may as well just grab this. Whatever it is. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 9. Good. And then go and sit back down. Clever. Right, we need 600 more runes for a level. And what did we get from the old cookbook? Yeah, the key items. Rancor pot. Probably wasn't worth a key. Probably not worth a key at all, to be honest. Guess we can have a quick sniff around this catacombs. If it's all skeletons and not boglins, then I'm perfectly happy to do that. Just check. Yeah. There's a skeleton. It wants me to rush in, I think, and stab it in the back. And then it will probably spawn another half dozen of the buggers. No, really? I'm very surprised that one didn't spawn behind us then, to ruin our day. I mean, there's one. But yeah, they don't seem to be trying very hard, these skellies. Oh, this place looks big. Looks the sort of place a mad lad might want to just rush through without fighting everything, but at the same time, caution worked well in the last catacombs. Yep, I thought there was a melee one somewhere. Bound to be. You can come up here where the bowmen can't get us. Ow! Okay. The bowmen can still get us, jeez. But if we rush in to get the bowmen, more guys are going to spawn, yes? That just seems like a thing that would happen. Or maybe not. Ouch. Ouch. Right. You. Stop that. Oh, you've got glowy eyes. Come over here, friend. Or not. It's your call. You're probably going to give us a buttload of runes. Nice. Forgot to put my lantern on again, didn't I? Now, who was that forming? Someone behind us? Or someone there? Good. Crunch. I assume that criticals still require us to give you the extra slash. Yeah. It'd be nice if crits insta-killed them, but we can't have everything. Is that flamethrower I hear? Yeah. If only we had a bow. Yeah, I think we're learning a thing or two about how to survive catacombs at this point. That looks like a hidden wall. Alas. It's just a skeleton that chose his hiding spot carefully. He was like, they're all going to roll into this wall. And he would have been right. What he failed to consider, though, was the fact that I'd still beat him up. Bit of grey violet. Paranoid now with all these bones literally littering the floor. Yeah, at least you don't generally get sneak attacked in these places in such a fashion that is difficult to deal with. They're not dropping out the ceiling onto your head. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a lad up there. But fortunately, I know a thing about these, which is that we can do that. It seems like this is the first time we've actually had to do that as part of the job. So that's cool. Oh, and it burns in both directions. Tricky. I was going to say, I suppose we can afford to have ourselves a flask at this point. I like the little puzzles in the catacombs. Even if some of the catacombs are just generally a nightmare at times. And I do like the way that once you've solved the puzzles and pulled the lever, that, yeah, the boss doesn't require a nightmare of a run back every time. Yeah, we'll get to you in a second, Bo. guess I was supposed to rush bow guy and then that guy was going to spawn up my bum. But that didn't happen. Ouch. Was that a dagger? Did you just whip out a dagger for one little attack? Or did you just punch us? I'm not sure. But there's the lever. So what ambushes await us before we get to it? None. Nice. And then is that the entrance? Up this way? Yeah, it's been very respectful of our time, is this catacomb. Yep, there's the boss door, so we may as well pop up and refresh ourselves. And now yet another boss can enjoy our summon. Who have we got? The Cemetery Shade. I don't know who you are, friend. So I am very scared. Maybe I don't need to be. Oh, jeez. Although you do a good job of dodging. But when we do hit, we hit. And we should probably just go in for a swing. Hey! You're a weird and cool looking boss. And we got Lutal the Headless. That's a new summon. Another special one by the look of it. 104 FP cost though. Maybe even better than Banished Knight Engel. I guess we'll have to find out at some point. Right, what you got for us, Bernard? So, what can we learn? What's keen? Because we'd want to improve the dex scaling on our whip. Spinning slash we can't use. Impaling thrust we can't use. Quick step though. Have we even picked up the whetstone? Okay, maybe we haven't even picked up the whetstone yet because it's looking as though we can't apply Ashes of War. So, guess we should probably do that at some point. Also, what do backstabs look like with a whip? There's a question we haven't answered. It's entirely possible I can't actually backstab people with this. That would be odd if you can't do critical attacks with a weapon. Yeah, if you can't do critical attacks at all with the whip, then that's kind of weak. And yeah, we didn't even have the whetstone yet. Bloody hell. And we haven't been to any churches to pick up sacred things.
Are you here as a customer?
What you got for us? Yes! Yes, poison arrow recipe. We will have that. Absolutely we'll have that. Don't know how many arrows we've actually got right now, but grabbing a few more couldn't hurt. You Tibbs, where you at? AC1 damage. That's a bit pish. If you're not going to do much about us, then I guess we can just stand here and fire away. thrilling boss fight. Though some of these shots do seem to just be missing completely. Oh, there we go. You've remembered how to summon things. Are they coming in behind me, or are they coming in? Yeah, I thought I heard them sneaking in behind me there. Let's see how the whip does against you. It's already doing more damage than our arrows. So maybe you're just strong against piercing attacks. I guess you're a skeleton, aren't you? So yeah, you would be strong against piercing attacks. Get staggered. Get whipped. Nice and easy. Deathroot and some cool ashes. Lovely. I say cool ashes, they've never been that useful for us. Now, where is the stamina talisman? Because that would be nice. Maybe we should pick up a dagger as well. Yeah, maybe we should pick up that crit dagger that does extra damage from Stormveil Castle. Because that could be fun. We can't crit with the whip, but then we crit with that instead. And yeah, we just switch to it as and when. But we definitely want this talisman. But we've only got one talisman slot at the moment. And we've already got Bow's Reach, which is useful. So, yeah, probably want to kill Margit sooner rather than later with old Annie. Because for now, we'll switch to that. Sacred Tear. Physic. And let's do some flask upgrading. Come on, dogs. Work your magic. Whippity whip. And let the bleeding begin. As long as he doesn't move around too much. Oops, rolled too soon. And yeah, we've got him staggered, but we haven't got a dagger that we can use yet, so let's just keep shooting him. Oops. And whoops. One shot. We were miles away from the cliff edge, but he got us anyway. Margit continues to be bullshit of the highest order. Maybe we'll switch to whip. Oh, of course, I forgot I was going to keen up my whip as well. We'll do that next time. Alright, come on, friend. Come on, dogs. You're just going to stand there, Margit. Too soon again. I suppose I should also watch my stamina bar a bit more, rather than just blindly mashing the fire button. Let's get involved. That was a mistake. Yeah, we got him down. But yeah, we haven't got any sort of crit attack on the old whip. Which is a real shame. And we're going to get knocked off the cliff again, aren't we? Yep. That was cool dodging. Let's get in a flask while he's busy. Ouch. Ah, balls. The delay on that attack. Upgrading our weapons might be something we can do. Smithing stone we'd need 2 more of, okay. We can put quick step on, and then the dex scaling goes up, the strength scaling goes down. And it deals what, 146? Yeah, so it's dealing more damage. Good. A keen whip. And maybe we'll equip something just so that we can get in a few crits here and there. Uchi'd do it. Although, is it worth it? I mean, we're not leveling it up much. Maybe it's worth the Uchi just for the bleed damage for this fight. Maybe. Maybe we'll also switch to Jellyfish, because she seems to do well against Margit. So we're trying this with an unupgraded sword rather than a double upgraded whip. Now, did we get our things back? There we go. Okay, that's a solid start. Do some half decent damage there. And there we go, we can get a riposte in. How much damage does it do? A reasonable amount, that's probably worthwhile. And there's the bleed, which does do good damage. And then we get womps across the screen. That's fine, perhaps. Roger's down, but Jellyfish is still going strong. Is she going to get the poison off? Well, there's another of those. You can't be far off another bleed now, surely. Don't get knocked off the cliff. Good. And another quick bevy. And yeah, bleed is super strong. Come on, Missy. Get your poison off. No, she's done. The greed. The greed wins. Poof. Sweaty palms. But we got our second talisman pouch, which is the main reason I was doing Margit right now, to be fair. Yeah, you jabber on with your post-death convo, and we'll pick up 2 sites of grace right next to each other. The reason there's 2 there is because it's possible to come to Stormveil so late in the game that this Margit doesn't actually spawn. But that's fine. Margit down. So yeah, katanas, a lot of fun, a lot of cool, but whips are what we're going with for the old flavour.